John and Lemon, we're feeling our best. Talking shop, but taking it slow. Crafting life as we go. From laughs to tools, from brews to skies, we're squeezing joy, no need to try. It's life with a twist of lemon. Two best friends and a vibe you can lean on. Tales, ideas, and a pinch of delight. We're bringing sunshine day or night. It's life with a twist of lemon. Two best friends and a vibe you can lean on. Tales, ideas, and a pinch of delight. We're bringing sunshine day or night. Life with a twist. Life with a twist. Life with a twist of lemon.
Stanley, it has been so long that I forgot that I had to open this link that you send me in Google Chrome.
Oh, for the podcast recording?
For the podcast recording. So I clicked on it and tried to open in Safari. It's like, no, you can't do this in Safari.
Yes, because Chrome is the new Internet Explorer, Jonathan.
Don't you use Chrome, though?
I use it for 2 websites.
You use Chrome for 2 websites?
It's 2 websites. I use it for Zencaster and for Monarch. And to be honest with you, I only use it for Monarch because there's an extension that'll sync my Amazon purchases.
How do you make your Amazon purchases?
I mean, I just...
it categorizes them correctly instead of just all shopping? You probably put them all in shopping anyway, though, don't you?
Most of them, but there's a few like grocery items, and then clothing it'll classify as clothing. That's really about it. But also in the comments will add exactly what it was for, and that's nice.
Okay.
So
how often do you actually go back to Monarch and look at this data that you're literally opening a different web browser for?
Lately not much, John. But there are times when if it's like the spending's wildly out of whack, I'll go and I'll look and see what's up, but it's not very often. So the only other thing that I use Chrome for when I have a Claude subscription, there's an extension that will let Claude drive the tabs.
Like smart browser tabs?
Yeah, it's kind of like ChatGPT Atlas, but just in your native Chrome, which is honestly kind of scary.
Yeah.
Atlas is at least like, siloed off. But there's the Ask Gemini button in Chrome. Do you ever use that?
I do not. Well, maybe I should. Maybe I need to start using Chrome at work. I use Firefox at work.
So I used Firefox at work for a while. I actually just got access to their smart window or smart tab, whatever it's called, beta, which is like a new spin on AI, but not full control. I think it's like their search replacement, which I don't know how that works out for them as a business because they basically make all of their money from having Google as the default search engine. So who knows?
And donations.
Do you know that, John?
And donations.
And donations. I don't think there are that many donations. I think Google pays them just like they pay Apple to be the default search engine. Right?
Yep. I have never donated to Mozilla. I donated to Wikipedia once, and I still get emails regularly of them asking me for money.
Does anybody use Wikipedia anymore?
I don't know. Sometimes it's not even referenced in ChatGPT as references, is it?
I don't know that I have seen it referenced in ChatGPT. I couldn't tell you the last time that I went to a Wikipedia article.
I went to one recently, but what was it for?
See, you don't even know. This used to be a staple in our lives, right? Go to the Wikipedia page because that was faster for finding an answer to a question than even Googling back in the day.
Did you ever do like the random article of the day?
No, I've never had time for that. Never had time for that.
It's all about priorities, Stan.
Did you, John? Did you do the random article of the day?
I have gone through phases where I would have it randomly take me to an article and I would learn about something new.
And how often did you regret that?
None that immediately come to mind.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking like 2000s high school, John.
Oh, all right. Well, then the dark corners of the internet were not the not the thing that birthed regrets in your life, anyhow. No, it's funny you bring up Wikipedia because I genuinely can't think of when I last used it, which is odd. It's not something I've reflected on in the age of AI.
I think you are deeper in the AI rabbit hole than I am, which
I'm pretty
tells you
sure. I'm pretty sure I am now, for sure.
which
Yeah.
tells you how my resolution is going. But
Yeah, I mean, you said something interesting to me a few days ago that I didn't poke at you on, but maybe now's the time. You said you weren't sure where AI was going.
do
Do you remember saying
the
this?
context?
I think we were just on the phone, and I think I was driving to go for a bike ride or whatever. Oh, I know what it was. I was complaining about the Verge and Nilay Patel and Decoder because I remarked that like they're so negative about AI, and it's they keep citing this survey or poll. I guess there's a poll that was done that says that like AI is basically polling just slightly above the war in Iran. Have you read about this?
I did read about this. I think you might have sent me the article.
Okay,
But
so that's what you said. You were like, I just don't know about where AI is going.
okay. I don't remember where my brain was at that point. But where I hypothesize AI is going is, well, we're going to have some like political and regulatory friction at some point that I don't think has fully hit yet. So I expect that to come, but ultimately, like the dream of the Internet of Things.
Yeah. Oh, I know of that dream.
And how it has played out in some ways really well, in other ways not so much.
Maybe you should explain what the Internet of Things is.
Well, just like everything on the internet, I'm thinking like smart washing machines and smart refrigerators. We have smart thermostats, which I think everybody's kind of bought into. The thermostat actually works pretty well, as long as the voice assistant listens to you when you tell it to do something. Um, but there's an app for that too.
You have an Ecobee, right?
I do.
Do you have a voice enabled Ecobee?
I do. That is off.
Okay, that was going to be my next question: is do you actually use the voice part for the Ecobee? I do not.
I do not either. I do have my home pods throughout the house where I will often ask it to turn on the air conditioning.
Oh, you do? Okay. So do you have that configured like scenes, or how do you have that set?
I don't have anything with scenes there just because generally it doesn't jive with any of my other scenes, especially now that I have people in my house all day. So I have like the schedule. I have the schedule where it changes temperature when I'm sleeping or home, basically, are the two things now. But I don't do that via voice. That's just set in there. But like when it's going to be 80 degrees outside, then I will often say, hey, turn on the AC while I close all the windows.
Yeah, you don't run your AC as much as I do. So the only thing that I use scenes for, I have a heat, cool, and furnace off scene, and I'll say, "Hey, Dingus, set the scene." I look around. I don't think it responds to Dingus yet. But I had that because I have two Ecobee thermostats for two different floors, and whereas Ecobee used to have a way to group them so that I could turn them on and it would turn both on, or turn them off, turn both off, etc. They got rid of that feature. It was wildly useful, and the only way to do it now is through a HomeKit scene.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
And that
you don't have like a good night scene or anything like that?
no, I mean most of my lights are set on a schedule, like a fixed schedule, or they're tied to people arriving or leaving the home. Right. So everything goes off when I'm gone. There is a vacation schedule that works automatically when nobody's at the house. But I don't use scenes for any of that. Maybe I should try again. I just felt like, I don't know.
They
I
are
don't know.
kind of redundant when you get into like the automations too.
And I think that's probably where I've fallen, is that most of my stuff is wired to an automation of some sort. And so,
Right.
it
So
doesn't
I
make,
use scenes specifically. I have a good night scene, which will turn off everything and make sure the garage door's closed. Um, all of the, well, I don't, all of the lights that would be controlled by that anyway, would go off at a certain time anyway. Um,
Yeah. So there you go. Right. Like,
And then the other time I use it is during the Christmas season, and I have a Christmas scene that will turn on the lights at the same time.
so for Christmas time, I have the Christmas tree set to basically, because Mrs. Lemon loves this thing being on. So it turns on. I don't even. She probably doesn't even know this. I don't even know if she knows this. So here's a big reveal. If she leaves the house, it turns off. If she comes back to the house, it turns on. And then there are certain scheduled times that'll go on or off based upon her being home. So all of the automations are like when Mrs. Lemon is home and it is 7 a.m., turn it on because she's never up before 7 a.m., right? And when Mrs. Lemon is home and it's 11:30 at night because she's probably upstairs at that point, turn it off. So I think she probably believes that they are on 24/7 when the Christmas tree is up.
But your frugal nature is coming out.
I mean, they're incandescent bulb. Like they actually really annoy me. But yeah, I don't know. I set those. Here's the other thing too, because I use the same wall outlet for those. I set those up probably 6 years ago,
Yeah.
and they just keep working.
Nice.
The outlet's not even plugged in right now, right? Like it's probably in a bin, but I'll pull it out. It's the Christmas tree one, and stuff will just work again.
So be careful with that because I had a couple of outlets that failed on me and wouldn't actually connect back up.
Oh, well, I mean, then I'll just reprogram everything. It'll be fine. But I used to have a like turn everything off scene, and I stopped doing it because I don't remember if I accidentally added the grill to the scene or if it was something like add new devices. But anyhow, I was smoking a pork shoulder and I turned my grill off, and I caught it by accident because I'd done the scene, turned everything off, and then a couple hours later I went to go check on the pork shoulder and the whole unit was turned off. So.
Fair enough. What else do you have automating, Stan? Specifically home-wise.
It's just lights. It's just lights. I mean, I've got a schedule for the Ecobee, right? But that's it. I really don't have a lot of home automation, and honestly, some of the time, I'm not totally sure that I like the light. Okay, all right. So I went through a process. I had some nano leaf light bulbs, the original generation, which were like one of the first HomeKit light bulbs out of the market, like fully HomeKit. There was no hub, none of that, right?
Right.
And when HomeKit did the most recent upgrade to the full Matter version with threads and all that, like the new network infrastructure, those bulbs stopped working reliably and they were driving me nuts. I just decided to recycle all of them and I bought some new ones. And they have worked pretty reliably since then. And the magic of thread and Matter is that it's pretty quick. So that mostly has been fine. But I think for a while, especially that rollout with the new network infrastructure for HomeKit was so rough. It really put me off on a lot of.
How many times did you have to reset every single thing in your house?
Oh, more times than I want to count. And the worst part with the light bulbs is in order to reset a device, you have to get it's like a QR code on the side of the light bulb. The light bulb has to be plugged in to be working, right? And so invariably, and the range, like they Bluetooth to your device in order to do the initial setup.
Yep.
And so I'm on like a step stool, right? Holding it up to a ceiling fixture. It's just not a good experience.
True.
And I don't know if Zigbee or Philips Hue is a better experience because they've got different like hubs and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I think if I had to build a new house and I was like, I don't know that I would mess with any of the first class, home automation tech. Blinds, absolutely not. Vents, no, I don't think so. I just don't think I'd mess with it.
Okay. Remember this when you're off building your own Jarvis.
When I'm off building my own Jarvis. I think I am comfortable with the robots doing coding for me and handling like research tasks. And that's it. I'm good. Like, I don't know that I need anything else, to be completely honest with you.
For now. We'll come back to this and a decade.
What do you think? What do you think I would fall? What do you think I would fall for?
I don't know. I think at some point the robots are going to drive us. And I think that will be a net positive.
So before I bought the Subaru Forester, I think I would have told you that I look forward to that type of future. But I really enjoy driving my Subaru, and so I think
But
I've
do
gotten
you
back.
enjoy everyone else around you driving when you're driving through Indianapolis?
No, but I don't know that the car driving for me is going to make that less stressful.
Okay.
You know, I mean, like, look, I think the research on stuff like Waymo, which I still have not been in one, is pretty clear that in general it's safer, right? And the way that people drive around here, I believe it, but there's a trust thing that I'm not sure I'm ready for yet.
This sounds like we need to go to a city that has Waymos all over the place where everybody hates them. And we need to probably record a ride in a Waymo together.
So I want to be clear. A Waymo pulls up in Cedar Rapids and you get it.
What? Right now? No.
Not right now. Right now. Like if
I mean, Cedar Rapids isn't exactly where I would use this either. But places where I would Uber are.
Well,
do I take a Waymo to the airport? Maybe.
From your house in Cedar Rapids to the airport?
Maybe.
All right. Now here, okay. Let's test this. Would you put your daughter in a Waymo?
I would. The car seat is the amount of friction that I don't even like doing in Ubers. So
imagine she's no longer in a car seat.
I think I would. I think she would think it was super cool.
Okay. Do you think your wife would jump in with you?
No.
She'd be looking at you like you're crazy.
Although she was visiting her grandparents and was in their Tesla with full automated driving. So maybe it's not that big of a leap, but you still have somebody in the driver's seat at that point.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty big leap to go from the car is driving and there's a human behind the wheel to there's no longer a human involved. Because,
I should have gone in one when I was out in San Francisco, Stan.
You've got to, I don't know if this is true anymore, but originally you had to request access and you were in a queue and all that just to be able to.
So I don't think that was true last fall. You had to go meet it at the meeting spot though. It wouldn't come to your location.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I would imagine that most of the situations where the Uber just stops wherever you are doesn't play out well in a fully automated.
That's true. You have stories about that.
Oh, I've got it. Yeah. I don't know. I've had some weird Ubers, man. That's why to this day, if I have they got the different options and there's here's the one that is probably a newer car, probably a better driver and costs, 50% more. I always select that one because to be honest with you, the chance that it's not a first time driver, I'm good with that. As long as it's not a first time driver, I think I'm probably okay. I need a couple other people. I will never be someone's first star anymore. I'm just not going to do it.
I believe it.
All right. So, let's talk about your New Year's resolution in AI. So remind everybody what it was.
It was try to push AI to its limits, and I've done essentially nothing with it. I've done basic things, and AI has increased drastically in the last almost 5 months. I guess it's been 5 months since I made that resolution, but yeah.
5 months ago, what did you think it meant?
What my resolution meant?
Yeah, what did you envision?
I thought I was going to go all in on agents and trying to come up with agents for me to do different things with, be all in on agentic coding and spend more time in Codex than I have. I believe another one of my resolutions was write more code as judged by GitHub commits. And you might be able to look and see 0 on GitHub currently. So.
John, I don't even remember what your username is. I'll have to look that up.
I think it's just John Colmeyer.
Is it? All right, I'll find it here. I am curious to see. So what when you talk about non-agentic coding, because I think agentic coding is becoming a pretty defined thing. What did you have in mind?
I mean,
Jonathan,
like
I don't even see
that
your
would have
last
included.
commit. Hold up, your last commit's March 8th. And that was you reviewing an episode of the podcast. You've
Nice.
done, let's see. Oh yeah, in February, your two contributions were also for the podcast site. Same with January. John, this isn't looking good. This is January 2. You have not done any
I called this before
agentic
you had to
coding.
go look. I have done an agentic coding, just nothing that's been in GitHub.
Oh, well, does if code is written and it's not in GitHub, does it even count?
Right. I agree.
So I'm gonna here. Have you looked at mine?
I have not recently, but yours is all asterisks now.
It's pretty full. There were 2 weeks in April where apparently I didn't push up any code, which I find hard to believe, but yet here we are. I can't fathom what I was doing in those weeks. It's weird. Huh.
You see,
Oh, you know what? One of those was Easter.
Isn't one of those this week?
Oh, maybe. No.
Okay.
No. These are. Oh, I guess these are days. Man, I can't even read this. Jonathan, I'm so tired. 2 days this week. Apparently, I didn't push anything to GitHub. That's what this says.
In April?
Yeah.
I see activity for everything, I think.
No. There's 2 squares. But anyhow, I digress. What non-agentic? So what agent?
So
stuff
I don't think
did you
that
envision doing?
Oh, non-agentic AI stuff.
Well, not non-agentic coding. Agentic
So
stuff.
I don't think that the coding one would have necessarily been completely non-agentic. It would have been just me trying to solve problems with code. So I don't think AI was excluded from that unnecessarily, but it was specifically using specifically working on code, which is something I do not do in my day-to-day like you.
So, and I get that. I think what I'm more curious in is like, what were the non-coding things you imagined throwing agents at?
I don't know. I wanted to mess around with it. So maybe it's everything from like email processing to could I build a content engine to power my website that I haven't touched since I reskinned it. I don't know. Is there something in my home life? I tend to use AI more at home than I do at work these days. So I don't know. It's just the whole idea was to explore it, see what people are doing, see what I could implement.
So what do you use it for in your home life?
How to refinish a basement, which we'll talk about later.
Okay. So it's still the like go look up a thing or understand how to do a thing. That's the use case still.
There's lots of that. There's lots of like thought partnership kind of things, and like playing out scenarios for anything, which I probably should use for the podcast more so that I have more a better way to go here. I've got research. Yeah, mostly research.
You're actively looking at your ChatGPT. Is that right?
I am. Yep.
I continue to, and shame on me for doing this, but I continue to try and have it do product reviews and analysis for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I still find myself just going to the wire cutter and buying whatever they recommend.
Interesting. So I did this earlier today, specifically about Guardian bikes, these balance bikes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, is Guardian worth the price, or are any of these alternatives on the same level?
So okay, all right. I have so many thoughts here. So you're falling victim to Instagram ads, right? That's where you've seen Guardian.
I did after Anna started talking about the balance bike, which you probably also saw on Instagram.
Listen, all of my kids have been able to ride a bike for a long time, and I get Guardian ads constantly. Like they've thrown a ton of money into Instagram ads. If you go look at first of all, no kid is going super fast on a balance bike.
Correct.
Right? Like I don't know what you're worried about, but I would buy the cheapest balance bike because the reality is they're going to use it this summer. Maybe next
they're
summer.
going to ride a real bike.
Yeah. Yeah. And the problem with kids is they grow so much, like the in between stages, right? They grow so much that you wind up replacing a lot of bikes quite a bit, like very frequently. And in my situation, I was able to buy a nicer bike and then do hand-me-downs. But I don't think like until they get to probably the 22-inch tires. I'm trying to think what Evelyn's bike is now. Because there's like a little bit of a plateau where they don't grow as much, you know. 22 sounds too small. Maybe 26.
Does sound too small.
I'm gonna look this up while we talk.
Well, ChatGPT disagreed with you, Stan. But thankfully I'm cheap, so I haven't bought anything yet.
Trek Pre-Caliber 24. That's what I was thinking of. So the 24-inch bike, that's the one where I felt like they were on it for a bit. The 20-inch bike, that was a fleeting moment. 24, they stayed for a bit. I don't remember. We probably had a 12-inch bike. I just don't recall. We definitely had a 16 floating around for a while. But those balance bikes, man, they're just like they're two tack welds on a single piece of metal. There's nothing going on there, you know. Yeah, Guardian actually. I would dare say that Guardian bicycles have expertly deployed fear tactic advertising to Instagram.
Fear tactic? I haven't seen any fear tactic.
Once you start looking at what they actually like, how they advertise, it's like if you don't get this expensive Guardian bike, your kid's brain will be scrambled eggs on pavement. You know. Yeah, you should. I mean, you should start looking at their.
Actually, read the marketing copy instead of just click through.
Yeah. Honestly, like again, I'm just gonna say it, those early stage bikes, as long as you get a bike that fits the kid, and that's the kicker. Like I see kids on, 16-inch tire bikes that are like twice the size that they should be. Like they're twice bigger than they should be on that bike, right?
I mean, that was a whole thing on those like BMX bikes with pegs, right?
Oh, that's a different thing. I rode one of those up through high school, but I had a long distance mountain bike too. So, I think the other thing that Guardian really pitches hard is the quality of their brakes.
Right, but if they aren't going fast, why do we need brakes?
If they're not, yeah, there's that. And but there's also like
there's also not gonna probably press a brake.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even know the balance bikes actually have brakes. That would be interesting if they do. They do. The balance bikes have brakes.
Yeah,
it's so weird. They're not going that fast. But here's the other thing too. Like I have seen kids in the neighborhood who have bikes. They're often too big for them, right? So parents just don't want to replace them as they grow. That's part of the jam. And then like you look at their brakes, right, and the pads are completely gone.
Yeah,
people don't know how to replace the pads. I think just some of that basic stuff makes a cheap bike from Walmart just fine.
All right.
Now
Sounds
you get
good.
to be an adult, and you know how I feel about adult bikes. Like you got to spend the money.
How many are you up to now, Stan?
I just have the two. Okay. And actually,
the
one I haven't even pulled down and ridden this year. So
okay. So maybe that's going to be the next thing on your parting with list.
I don't know if I'll part. So I thought about this a little bit because my Crossrip 2, I really like. I put a lot of miles on it, and it is 9 years old. And I keep thinking like, if I'm gonna replace it, do I keep the other one? Do I replace both? Like, do I trade both in? That whole kind of thing. I bought the other one. The other one's got an upright geometry because I was having issues with my wrist. I haven't had any issues with my wrist in a couple of years now. So
nice.
It's still nice to ride, but I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Fun.
Have you gotten your bike out yet, John?
I moved my bike around today.
What does that mean? Did you put air in the tires?
I did not put air in tires. I put air in my snowblower tires when I finally shut that down for the year.
You put air in your snowblower tires when you winterized it?
Mostly because one was very, very flat.
Okay. That's a little backwards,
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Tell me what's going on with your basement, John.
My basement is now carpetless, and the old secretary desk that was a bar no longer exists.
Oh, wait. The bar is gone?
The bar is gone.
What happened with the bar? How was that affected by all this?
Well, they had to pull the carpet out anyway. I was not a fan of the bar. I knew that I could never move the bar by myself. So they said, yeah, we'll do this for like $70. And I said, okay, $70 is definitely cheaper than what my time and figuring out where to haul this to is worth.
Okay, so I didn't realize that you didn't like the bar. I always thought that you were a big fan of the bar.
No, not at all.
Okay, fascinating.
And
So you got
apparently they pulled it up and the bottom was molding. So,
okay. Well, it's
good to
good to
get
get
it out.
rid of it then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is all because of water coming in the house.
Water came in the house. I came home Friday, a couple weeks ago, 2 Fridays ago. Walked over to my cabinet where my wine glasses are stored, and my sock gets wet. And I'm like, this is not how I wanted to spend my Friday night in my bachelor lifestyle as my girls were out traveling. So did that, pulled up carpet, then pulled up carpet over on the side by that patio door that leads out to the pit to nowhere. And got fans going, got dehumidifier going. Couldn't move enough stuff to get the carpet up all the way that it has been wet. So it got wet pretty far into the room.
Oh, so it wicked all over then, eh?
Yep. Well, not all over, but it was probably at least a third of the whole carpet.
Okay. So at this point, you decide to have someone come, rip it all out. They take, you said it's a secretary's desk?
It was like this old school secretary's desk. On the backside, I don't know if you ever were back there, but they had like these old lamps underneath it, and there were like outlets and stuff. And so
I had no idea. I actually thought it was just like a bar that was in there, and I honestly thought you loved it. So the previous owner left it down there.
Previous owner left it down there, and I think probably the owner before them. But yeah. So
Okay.
I left it down there. There's not a lot I actually like about my basement stand. There's like those weird styrofoam beams that they put up there, put up in the ceiling.
The fake wood looking ones, yeah.
Fake wood looking ones. So yeah,
But you spend a fair amount of time down there, don't you?
I do.
Okay. So you have no carpet. Is the plan to put carpet in? What are you going to do next?
I am not going to put carpet back in, partially because it's not something I can do myself and actually trust myself to do it to a place where I enjoy the quality of it. Partially because what happens when more water comes at some point in the future.
Is the wall that faces your driveway, which is I'm presuming where the water came in?
Yeah.
Is that just exposed stone or foundation, or is there drywall in front of that?
There's drywall in front of it.
Okay. Have you looked at that? Like what kind of mesh you might have there?
We have. It looks like it's coming up from the floor, so it looks like they didn't say, yeah, we should rip out all the drywall.
Huh. Okay. From the floor. That's fascinating. So what did they give you a plan? Like what's your remediation?
They did not. I have some ideas. One is there's a downspout in the front corner that catches a very small portion of the roof that I need to figure out a way to send that water further away from the house. Two, I need to reseal the crack in between the driveway and the foundation wall.
Okay. Okay. So you think water's getting down there, maybe run under the slab coming up?
I do, and this happened when you were here for my birthday party, and you helped me do water mitigation at that point. And then that has not been an issue since I sealed that driveway. So it's been there for 8 years?
Okay.
Something like that.
All right.
No,
The sealant you
7
use is like
years.
a caulk, right? It's like a cement caulk.
Yeah. So the one that I use, it's like auto leveling too.
Okay.
And that has worked pretty well.
You have to probably put a backer rod in behind it.
I have not done that, but maybe you should come out and help me, Stan.
Well, how big is the crack?
Probably quarter inch.
And you just put caulk in the quarter-inch crack and say la vie?
Yeah, I think I went through like 8 caulking tubes.
Yeah, you got to use a backer rod. So you get these foam backer rods and you shove it down in there, and then you don't have to use as much caulk on top of it. And it
Okay.
should, hopefully
That
be.
means I'm gonna have to rip out everything that's there, doesn't it, Stan?
I bet you it's gonna come up just easy, John. You're gonna get like one section, you'll be able to tug on it and go from there. But that said, if it doesn't come up, I mean, maybe you just caulk over top of it. But
Right.
the backer rod just gives you a way of like not burning through tons and tons of caulk.
Okay.
It's just a little foam backer rod. They're super.
This is
super
why I
cheap.
need you, Stan. We can do that. We can rebuild my deck. It will be fun.
Rebuild your deck. So the backer rod I only know about because I have some cracks in the basement slab that they're just normal like concrete slab dried, and they didn't. If you got a big slab, you don't have like a break point. Eventually, there's contraction. It's going to crack, right?
Yep.
And I did the cement type caulking, self leveling stuff, and the parts that I used backer rod on, I mean, they're beautiful. Like they're absolutely gorgeous. And the others, I burned through a lot of caulk, and they're pretty ugly. So,
all right, good to know.
Yeah, backer rod, foam backer rod. There you go. That's your.
And they've got them at Lowe's.
Oh yeah. Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, foam backer rod. You can't go wrong. So,
all right. So we got that on the back side. I need to do some regrading on the back, but I think this was just the amount of rain, the ground being saturated, and then I had a dog's toy that was stuck in the gutter. So gutter's not functioning properly there. But we'll see, because we're supposed to get another inch of rain tomorrow.
Okay, so you got the dog toy out of there, I presume?
Yes.
Are your downspouts all aluminum?
Yes.
Okay.
All newly replaced after the 2020 derecho.
Oh, so, but you said you think they got to be further away from the house?
So the one that's in the front corner where it's my sidewalk and my driveway meet up, basically the downspout is flying into the sidewalk, straight out, and then that's backfilling up the cement that's there.
Okay.
So I think I probably need to like angle it out onto the driveway and to get it to shed off down that angle. But that's going to become a huge issue in the winter.
Why is it a huge issue in the winter, John?
An ice patch.
Oh, I see. Oh, home
right around the corner. So I don't know, like I've got that peak above the main window, which is why there's that little piece of gutter there and the downspout. But it's annoying. The only thing that I can think to do with it is figure out how do I make it go under the sidewalk.
I mean, people do that, right? Like you can do underground. I will tell you, I've got all of my downspouts originally went underground, and then they have these like ejection flapper things, right? So enough water comes through, pushes out. Every one of those that I have has failed in some way, and it has been pretty miserable. So I just sent you a link. I use these Amerimax Stealth Flow downspout extenders now. I actually had the front downspout, or the front gutter rather, of the house replaced with a bigger gutter because I had a whole bunch of water going into it. And then I use these extenders, and I actually have just abandoned all of my underground downspouts. You get a little bit of dirt in there, or grass grows, man. It starts to cover that stuff up. If you don't have water for a bit, you got to just constantly check them. And in my situation, especially with leaves, and I imagine this would happen for you too, they go down and there's not enough water pressure to push those back out. No. So they just get gunked up. And I had one actually here on the southeast side of the house. So not the side that faces Spears, right? But in the front there. And roots actually grew through the corrugated pipe that was underground. And
Seriously?
yeah.
Okay.
Because like they're not the corrugated plastic, the stuff that you put down, like it's not
I
going to
know,
last
but
forever.
like
Dries out
your
fast.
house is not that old.
I know it's not that old.
So the
but
roots did that much damage in that amount of time.
yeah, I mean the house is what, almost 10 years old, and so
You're gonna have to show me what you're doing with these things because I can't really tell from the picture.
So you'll find there's a whole system with these, but what's nice about it is they've got like nice airflow through them as well.
Okay.
But they're just easy to shape. I can send you some pictures, but I actually kind of like them. So
Nice.
Yep.
Cool.
Doing these on the main downspouts has largely solved my water runoff issues.
Nice.
And I didn't have to worry. Like I was using some flexible piping beforehand.
Right.
And
I've got that in this corner here.
Yeah, the problem is the wind will just like move that to wherever it wants.
Mm.
Right. So these are rigid enough that like I set them at an angle, they're good to go. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will check them
I'll
out.
send you a picture. But all right. last topic for the day here. You wrote down Tim Cook stepping down.
I did. Big Apple news, and I figured we should cover it here since we started as an Apple podcast.
Did we start as an Apple podcast?
At the first episode is about MacBook Pro launch back in whatever year.
Did you go back and look at that, or do you just remember that? That's what
I just remember that, Stan.
I just what you remember. Okay. Yeah, I guess the news wasn't that unexpected, and people have been asking about it and his succession plans for a while.
Right.
What is it, Ternus? I think that's how you say his name. He's taken over.
I think so too. I would assume you would know better than me.
I mean, like he's been the heir apparent for a while, right? And so I think the only risk was, would he leave to be CEO of something else? And what's he going to be CEO of? He's been at Apple a long time, clearly, into the company. I think what's interesting about this is we're getting a product guy, an engineer guy back in the helm. Tim
so you
Cook,
say back in the helm, but that wasn't really Jobs either.
well, he had done some basic engineering, right? But he was definitely a product guy, unequivocally a product guy, and so
a marketing guy.
And Tim Cook is
operations.
He's the COO, right? Like he did manufacturing at scale, like that, logistics. That was his jam, and he was fantastic at it. But I think it'll be interesting to see what happens as it shifts back to a CEO who's been a little more ingrained into the product side of it. Now, I'm not going to discount Tim Cook and say that he wasn't involved in the product launches, right? Like he was a big believer in Apple products, but I also think he's been the helm while Apple has kind of lost its way in some regards too. So, the Siri controversy is not going away. Not going away anytime soon.
But maybe it will be solved.
Maybe, but it'll be solved under the next CEO. Probably not the best to look for Tim Cook on the way out, but I look at that. I look at like some of the drama around Apple's more professional grade hardware. The Vision Pro is in a weird situation as it stands, right?
Yeah.
But you can't argue with the business he's built around services,
Right.
Apple TV, like that's a fully Tim Cook thing. Heck, the Apple Watch, Apple Fitness Plus. So
everything that kind of went into that Apple Watch, and now it is like a health device and a fitness device. I guess it started as a fitness device, but they kind of took that to crazy levels.
They've really built it out. I mean, I think when I first got my watch, right, I assumed I would be a unique special. I don't know, right? Because I didn't think it would be nearly as mainstream as it is, and it's absolutely a mainstream product. It is as mainstream as the iPhone, as ubiquitous as the iPhone. Same with the AirPods, by the way, which also Tim Cook, So you just think about what are the three devices that most Americans have: iPhone, AirPods, watch, right?
Right.
And That's been under his watch. I don't know what the numbers are for iPads compared to watches. I gotta think the watch sells more though.
I would assume so too.
So it's I think he's got a lot of notches on his belt, a lot of things to be proud of. I think this Siri thing, we've talked about it. Apple lost their way a little bit. It's a sour note to go on, but that's the like this new guy, right? Ternus. So he's got to figure out how to solve the Siri thing, right?
Yep.
And he's going to need to launch his own product, and that's tricky. Could it be the glasses? Maybe. I don't know. Is Apple going to get into glasses? Who knows? It definitely seems like a natural progression to all of these things, but he's going to have to, figure out, is there a business to be had in the Vision Pro, or do you scuttle that?
Right.
I mean, that's a tricky one,
Yeah, Vision Pro specifically is interesting. I feel like it probably went to market too soon before it was refined more specifically in the weight and battery life categories. But they also could have just been trying to proof of concept at scale.
And I think the latter is definitely what's happening. Here's what be the counterpoint I'll give you, right? So the first iPhone, stupid expensive, definitely niche market device, right? You rewind to the first Macintosh, pretty expensive, pretty niche device. So it's not outside of Apple's DNA to release something that is seeking market fit. The weird thing from my perspective about the Vision Pro is, so the iPhone comes out within 2 years, we've got the iPhone 3G, right?
Right.
And then we have the 3GS in rapid succession. Then we get a little bit of lull, and then we get the 4, and then we get on annual cadence of releases.
Right.
And the Vision Pro has had 2 versions. The second one was a minor chip bump, right?
Because they ran out of supply for the other chip,
probably something like that, right? But I think it shows a lack of roadmap, lack of evolution. And that's the thing that's weird to me about the Vision.
Even in Vision OS, like there's nothing that's been drastic about Vision OS in however many versions we've seen now.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be 3 or 4 at this point, 3 or 4 iterations.
And like we got different gestures and things like that, which was cool. We got the extended desktop, which I don't use, but maybe I should. And we've got iterations of the avatar. What's the avatar called? Why is it escaping me?
Oh, I couldn't even say what it's called. I can't remember the last time I used something where the avatar was relevant.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Like, I think they had some hypotheses that they haven't doubled down on with the Vision Pro. And so it sits in this weird limbo state. And that's something that Ternus is going to have to figure out. Like, is this a product that they continue? They've sunk a lot of money into making content for it. The corpus of content is actually starting to get interesting, right? But is it just a content consumption device? Because to be honest with you, if it is, like $3,500 is a lot of money for a television.
These days, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is, right? So, and for a television, one person can watch by
you can only watch, yeah.
I don't think the games have really kind of landed.
No.
There's some interesting ideas, right? Remember when we played chess together?
Yep.
But we haven't done that since. And I think the interactive game front could have been a category, but they just haven't doubled down on it,
Right. I mean, that's where the other VR headsets really have doubled down is in the gaming sphere. And yeah, I don't know how much of it is the comfort thing versus how much of it is the content's just not there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I will say I think some of the angst around the weight and so forth is a little overblown. Yeah, if you keep this thing in your head for 2 hours, it's not going to be comfortable. But I don't know.
Which right now we're doing that too. If you want to watch a movie, like I did that last weekend.
But when you do that, aren't you sitting in your chair kicking back?
I am.
Okay, and I think that mitigates a lot of it, right? So,
well, it does, but still, after 2 hours, like it's like, there's fatigue there. Part of that is even in the eyes, is that you've got these giant bright screens at your eyes. And part of it is like, oh, this thing is on. It keeps shifting down unless I have the thing really tight. There's room for improvement there.
So the question becomes, would glasses be a new product or an adjacent product?
It's a good question. And it could
I
go
don't know
either way.
I don't know if the Vision OS as we have it is a form factor that plays to the glasses. The other thing is, to be honest with you, like most of the glasses that are on the market now, they are not doing HUDs, right? They're just they can see what you see, and they can process, via audio. That's what it amounts to.
Right.
But speaking of which, I've been super tempted. As much as I am not really a Facebook fan, though I spend a lot of time on Instagram, I've been so tempted to buy one of these Meta Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah.
Just to try them. I don't know. Like,
You should do it, Sam.
If you remember way back in the day, I almost bought Google Glass.
Yep. I do remember that.
I was so close. I think I finally did end up, because if I remember, it wasn't there a raffle or something. I think I submitted my name, but I never got pulled for the raffle.
Did you have to like put down a deposit too to even enter it?
Yeah, it was like, it was a high stakes gambit, you know? And I'm not adverse to being an early adopter for new technology from companies other than Apple. If you remember, I jumped on the Echo bandwagon crazy early.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Pulled me in with you.
Yeah, I pulled you. And now here we are. Do you ever wonder if the new Alexa is better?
I don't, and I think that is mostly because of Apple Music, which I don't even know if they solved for. And can you stream your Apple Music to that device now?
Surely you can stream. Hold on. Can you stream Apple Music on an Alexa device? Yeah, you can link your account with a supported music stream provider in the Alexa app. That's what it says.
Okay. Maybe you should buy one of those too, Stan. Do it for the podcast.
Well, the interesting thing about that whole space is they've leaned in on the show, right?
Right.
That's the premium Alexa experience.
Don't they have some robot too?
I don't think they actually still sell that, do they?
Oh, I don't know.
That almost seemed gimmicky. What was that called?
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of gimmick.
Astro. It was the Astro.
Astro.
You can request an invitation for Astro.
Okay.
Maybe I should request an invitation. It's kind of a cool looking thing. I think this would freak me
out. That one you should probably run by Sarah before you do.
Now I already hit the button. I just requested the invitation. So I do think there's a world in which I have the equivalent of Johnny Five in my home, and life is just better. You know? Did you ever watch the movie Short Circuit?
A long time ago, Stan.
That is one of my favorite movies of all time, Short Circuit. And Short Circuit 2 is okay, but Short Circuit, I've never seen 2. I love it. And I would go back and watch it in a heartbeat.
Is it streaming anywhere, Stan? Should we watch it for the pod?
Is Short Circuit streaming? I feel like this is one you just got to buy. Yeah, maybe it's on Netflix. Oh. Nope, it's not currently available. No, you got to buy this one. But the good news is it looks like it's only $5 on Amazon Prime. So I wonder if I don't think I own this one, do I? It's $10 on Apple TV, which is where I would buy it. Such a great movie.
Well, it sounds like you have your Friday family movie night picked out.
Oh, if I could get one of the kids to watch this with me, that'd be fantastic. You know, the thing, I had this on VHS, and it is one of several VHS movies that I wore out. I wore out this one. I wore out Star Trek Generations. I wore out Apollo 13. And so was it Real Geniuses? Is that the other movie I wore out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Real Genius. I wore that one out too. That's a Val Kilmer movie. That's 1985. That's old. That's me old.
That's the year you were born, Stan.
Yeah, I know.
Short Circuit is 86. So it's
86. Those are good movies.
Oh, as we're talking about things we watch in all of our free time, I started a new TV show that I think you will love, even more so than I thought you would love, Drops of God.
Oh, okay. Tell me what this is, Jonathan.
Have you heard of The Bear?
Like Cocaine Bear?
No, like the FX TV show The Bear.
No.
Okay. So
Cocaine Bear is a movie, just to be clear. Right? You know this? Okay, all right. Let's make sure. Like, I wasn't coming out left field just referencing cocaine for fun.
it was a little bit out of left field. Anyways, so I started this. I think they just started season 3 or 4 or something like that. But so I don't think it's complete yet, which is a strike against it. But basically, it's this Michelin star level chef who goes back and starts running a beef shop in Chicago.
A beef shop?
Yeah.
Okay. What is a beef shop?
Like an Italian beef.
Oh,
it's not a stand. It's like an actual restaurant. And so it's like, so far it's interesting. I'm like 4 episodes in.
And this is on FX. So how do you stream it, Jonathan?
So it's on Hulu. And I was scrolling through Disney Plus and it's like, oh, I can watch it with my Disney Plus subscription. So we'll see how long that lasts and if I'll have to subscribe to Hulu. But
there you go. All right. You just reminded me, I went to a restaurant. I didn't send you pictures, but I took pictures. I just sent you them. This is from a restaurant called Nesso in Indianapolis, and it is an Italian American restaurant. And I just so you know what you're looking at here. I don't remember what the puff pastry thing is. Let me see if I can find the menu. Nesso menu, but I got the veal, and the veal Milanese was phenomenal. Do you remember the last time you had veal?
I made veal the last time I had veal, maybe 3-4 years ago.
Okay. So the first dish, the appetizer, is gnocca fritto, which is it's fried dough from the Romagna region. It's light, puffy, and it was just filled with Italian goodness. I got the pappardelle pasta. There's brisket, short rib brisket in there. If I remember, short rib brisket, is that right? Brisket of some sort. We had the veal Milanese. Sarah had, I don't know, it was like I should know this, crab ravioli. That's what it was. And then we wrapped up with tiramisu, which is one of my love languages. But then olive cake. Have you ever had olive cake?
Not that I remember.
Oh, this was unbelievable. Like if I went back again, I would just get olive cake. Their tiramisu is fantastic, but I would just get the olive cake. There were candied oranges, a chocolate sauce, and a chocolate gelato on the side. Easily the best dessert that I've had in recent memory.
It looks very good.
It was fantastic.
Oh, it's the occasion, Stan.
So Lucy was supposed to have a track meet, got canceled. Henry was supposed to have lacrosse practice, got canceled. And so Evelyn was going to be at a sleepover. But when we thought there was going to be track lacrosse sleepover, we're like, oh, we'll go out for dinner.
Nice.
And then when the other 2 things got canceled, we just told the kids, figure it out. And we went anyhow. But
nice.
Did you see a bottle of wine?
I did.
So that was
good enough for you to take a picture.
Primitivo from Puglia.
You sent me the cheese store of Beverly Hills had a bunch of Puglia wine that they were featuring in one of the shorts, and I laughed and I said you should probably look at housing prices there. Sounds like there's lots of red tape to do pretty much anything, and it would not be your kind of place to live year round. But maybe you go spend a couple months there every year.
Just a couple months and wine, enjoy the Italian countryside. But
nice.
I don't know, John. Maybe someday.
I've got to come visit you so you can take me to fancy restaurants.
We got to go to a fancy restaurant. I still have that bottle of Robert Mondavi that I bought that I have not opened. This is the bottle I had on the cruise that I am reserving for your presence. I think I probably have some other wine downstairs that you should try too.
We would definitely drink more of the wine downstairs. Are you around for Memorial Day?
I think so.
Maybe we should talk about that some more, Stan.
Do you actually get Memorial Day off, Jonathan?
I get Memorial Day off.
You're sure?
I'm sure.
That's one of your like -3 holidays?
I have 6 holidays, and now I have a floating holiday that can be used on any of 12 pre-approved days.
So I will tell you, I'm just looking at the calendar here. So Memorial Day is the 25th.
Yes.
I actually have Pilates that day. That could probably be moved, but that's
what time?
Right now it's at noon. I could probably move it back.
Well,
But
I'll have to leave on Memorial Day because I have to work on the 26th.
you have to leave. All right. On the 23rd, Lucy has her track Midwest Championships, which looks to
And
be in Terre Haute.
she's running well enough to make the championships.
I think everybody gets to show up to the championship. I don't know. I don't think there's actually like qualifiers for. She's doing pretty good, but I don't know if there's a qualifier per se. So anyhow, Jonathan, all that to say, I'd be up for it.
We'll talk about it, or maybe we see if one of my 12 pre-approved holidays makes more sense.
There you go. The Mandalorian comes out that Friday. Did you know there's a movie?
I did. I was just seeing memories of our great Avengers Endgame adventure.
That was peak podcast.
That was peak podcast. We recorded that at like 2 a.m. So go back and find it.
After watching it twice back to back. I think it's the only time I've ever seen a movie back to back. But
I think that's also the day that we decided we would no longer record in person.
Yeah. It was brutal. There's got to be a way to do that. I actually have a mixer now that might make it easier, to be honest with you.
And just the right microphones and things like that. But
all those things. So
yeah.
All right, Jonathan. It has been good. I apologize for missing last week. Life has been so busy.
I was dealing with a flooding basement, so I wasn't really care.
Life happens.
Be free with the podcast. Sorry to all of our faithful listeners who missed us.
Yeah, all three of you. No, just kidding. There's at least four.
There might be 2.5.
All right. Well, as always, the podcast just serves to feed my vanity. So,
right. That's why your name is in the title.
All right, Jonathan. Until next time, my friend.
Later.
That's a wrap, yo. Time to unplug. Stan and John just served that mug. Twist of lemon, sharp and clean. Truth and tech on your podcast screen. Catch us next time. Don't let it slip. Wisdom packed in every clip. From faith to fiber, finance to code. We're taking the mic down the open road. Stay sharp, stay bold. That's the theme with a lemon twist and a pod stream. Dream.